Welcome to the new JSP Ambiance Luxury Candle Collection. These candles are handcrafted with love. Aromatherapy helps create serenity within. Come, smell the aroma.
Hello everyone, welcome to JSP Ambiance Luxury. My name is Jenny and I am the owner and creator of JSP Ambiance Luxury. Today is a segment called The Strength of a Woman, and we're going to be talking about never ever beg for someone's love. Never ever beg for someone's love. If someone does not value you, if someone does not respect you, if someone does not want to be there for you, if someone does not cherish you, guess what? They deserve to lose you forever. Simple and easy. If someone does not make you feel that they are lucky to have you, they deserve to lose you and lose you forever. Sometimes the truth is hard to take, but I'm here to tell you the truth. If they do not feel they are lucky to have you, then they deserve to lose you forever. If they do not respect you and value you, then they deserve to lose you forever. Stop fighting for someone or arguing with someone to love you or to cherish you. That energy that you're using to fight them, that energy you're using to argue with them, that energy you're using to tell them what to do and what not to do, use that energy for yourself. Pour that energy on you. Pour that energy into your future, into your destiny, into things that you love, into things that will make you a better person, into things that will make you blossom into your own life, into your mental well-being, into your physical well-being. I remember back in the days when I used to go through hell with my ex. I would go to the gym, because at the time I was praying. God said, stop praying. Put that energy on you. Start praying for you and your children. You know what I started doing? I started going to the gym. I will go to the gym and I lift weight. I will be putting my frustration on that weight. When I get home, I will sleep like a baby. So I learned how to channel that energy. Instead of using that energy to fight, I use that energy on me to start bettering my life, to start making me a better human being for my next relationship. So let's stop fighting them. Rather, use that energy for ourselves. Number 2 is be quiet, be silent. Once you know that you're no longer important to someone, then just live their life silently. But guess what? Or just live their life silently and save their contact also, because guess what? Sooner than later they'll be contacting you. Sooner than later, because silence is the best thing you can give them rather than proving your points to them. When you give them that silent treatment, when you tell them, you know what, I stop fighting. You know what? I'm going to be silent. I'm going to watch this thing unfold. I'm going to watch life unfold itself. I'm going to watch you live your life out there. Give them that silent treatment. Bless them and, let them be. You'll see that hurts them more than arguing and fighting. Because now they are wondering, what are you doing with your life? They are wondering, who are you dating? They are wondering, who is doing you. They are wondering if who is touching you. They are wondering who you're in a relationship with. They are just wondering and wondering. Men can't stand it. Men can't stand it when the thought of their woman or their ex sleeping with another man. They can't stand it. So the best treatment you give them is just to be silent. That's the only way you prove your point to them. And again, when they decide to walk away from you, or when they decide to go, let them go, because like T.D. Jakes said, your destiny is not tied to the one that left, it's tied to the one that stayed. And if someone want to stay in your life, they will naturally want to do the right thing in order for them to stay. They can't stay in your life and continue to do the wrong things. They can't do that. So sometimes we keep holding on to, believing and hoping that person is going to change. My thing is, if I can deal with you, I deal with you. If I cannot deal with you, I don't have the energy. I bless you and I send you out there. I'm like, you know what? We're not going to be enemies. We're still going to be friends. You know, if you need anything, you call me. But being in a relationship, I'm done. That's how I bless them. But I know probably I will not contact them anymore in my life. Or when I contact them is when something good is happening in my life, just for them to see, hey, the person that you left years ago, the person that you walked out on years and months ago, is not the same person who is standing before you right now. I have grown. These are my achievements. That kills them. Another thing you can do, if somebody decides to leave, or if somebody decides not to love you again, the next thing you can do is be unavailable to that person. Be unavailable to that person. Stop making yourself too available for someone who does not make themselves available to you, who does not make themselves available when you need them. If they walk away from you, if they walk out of your life, if they decide not to make themselves available, why are you making yourself available to them? When they call you, don't pick up the phone. When that man call you, why are you picking up the phone? Why are you reaching out to him? Because, oh, I feel loved. Oh, I want to feel like I have somebody. They decide to walk away. Now you're seeking their love. You can't force somebody to love you. You can't force somebody to do the right thing. Loving someone who does not love you back is like hugging a thorn of roses. The tighter you hold onto it, the more it hurts. Let me say that again. Loving someone who does not love you back is like holding onto a thorn of roses. The tighter you hold onto them, the harder it gets, or the more they hurt you. You know they don't love you. You know they want to walk away from you. The more you keep holding on to them so they will not walk away, the more hurts you get in your life. The more pain and suffering you get in your life. The more anxiety you will end up with. I went through that. I had that problem. Because I was always praying and fasting, always praying and fasting, always praying and fasting. And I see, the more I pray, it felt like the demons were coming onto him. The more I pray, it felt like I wasn't doing enough. The more I fasted and did everything. At the end, the Bible says, after you have done all, stand. The more I was doing, the more it felt like I was hurting myself the more. That was why the Spirit of God ministered to me and said, stop praying for him, start praying for you and your children. That was what the Spirit of God ministered to me. So if we're trying to hold on to somebody who does not want to be held, if we're trying to hold on to a relationship that don't want to be held, we are hurting ourselves the more. It's like a thorn of roses. You keep hugging it, and the more you hurt yourself. Never beg someone to be in your life. If you call and text and still get ignored, simply walk away. It is called self-respect. If you call, text, and they decide not to reciprocate that, they decide not to call you back, guess what? It's called self-respect. Just walk away. Just walk away. If they want to make themselves available, they will make themselves available to you. If they want to reach out to you, they will reach out to you. So for me, what I do is when I call somebody one time, two times, at most, if I stretch it, it's the third time, maybe the next day. After that, I will send you a text message and said, hey, I've been trying to reach out to you. You're not responding. I hope all is well. When you get my text message, call me back. Hey, some will call, some will not call. my friends, my male friends and my female friends, if they don't want to call back, that is fine. But I'm not going to be running after somebody. And I have done that to people also. There are people I just don't want to be in a relationship with. There are girlfriends I just don't want to talk to. I just don't want to be in their company. So when they call me, I don't respond back, because that is just not my lifestyle. That's not just what I want to do. I just don't want to be in their company. So it's as simple as that. So don't beg for people's love. Don't If that man wants to walk away, let him walk away. Let him keep walking away from you, because that's how you can develop yourself. That's how you can enrich yourself. That's how you can better yourself. If you're feeling like you are losing everything, remember that the trees, at a particular time of the year, the trees lose their leaves, the shade of their leaves. That does not mean that when spring comes, that they're not going to blossom. Guess what? When spring comes, those trees will blossom. Those trees will have leaves. So don't think because somebody walked out of your life, don't think because somebody decided not to show you love, not to value you, you're begging for their love. That does not mean there's not going to be love out there. That does not mean that somebody is not going to be ready to love you. That's why I believe when the trees during the summer, that's when the trees rest. That's when during the winter, that's when the trees rest. That's when they recuperate. That's when maybe they get nutrient from the ground. So I feel like when things happen to us in real life, when a man walk away from us, when relationships are not working out the way they should work, I feel that is a time that we can be by ourselves, to use that opportunity to know what we want in life and what we do not want in life. Know the kind of men that we want in our next relationship and the kind of man we do not want. But if someone leaves and you jump into another relationship, then you did not really have time to think about yourself. You did not really have time to know what you want, so you can blossom when that person comes into your life. So whoever decides to walk away, let them walk away. That is the time that you can use to blossom you, to see what you want for you. See things the way they are rather than the way they should be. Sometimes we have this imaginations in our head, what we want the man to look like, what we want the relationship to be like, how we want him to talk, how we want him to dress, how we want him to do this and do that. That's what we have in our head. But reality is, some of these men, they have their own baggages. They have their own shit. They have their own thing that they're coming with. So sometimes I don't know how to put it. We kind of get shocked, like all these images I have in my head, all these imaginations I have in my head. Lord, you are bringing somebody that wasn't even in my imagination. So my thing is, when I meet somebody, if it's something I know, I have things in my head how I want my relationship to be and how I want the man to look like. But when God provides somebody for me, what I look at is there a ground for us to have communication? Is there a ground for us to talk? Is there a ground for us to see eye to eye? Do we have common things in life? If those things are in place, does he have a job, which is even the first thing? If those things are in place, then I see things the way they are rather than the way I think they should be. And if it's not something I want, I walk away. I have walked away from various relationships. I walk away, and I don't mean any harm. It's just that it's not working for me the way I want it to work. And my job is not trying to change anybody. I see you for who you are. If it's something I can work with, I'll work with. If I can't work with it, then I leave it. But I'm not here to change anybody, because changing somebody is a full-time job. I'm still trying to change myself. When someone leaves you, don't be bitter. Be excited about your new life. After all, the best revenge is living better than when they were with you. The best revenge you will give them when they walk away from you, or when they don't love you anymore, is to be better than when they left you. Let me give you an instance. When I was married, like most of you know, I was married to a bishop for 13 years. I was through, childbearing, I gained weight, and I was 250 pounds. He said, no man is going to want you, no man is going to love you. So I started, from 250 pounds, I started losing weight. One day he came to pick the children up, and I went to my neighbor to go buy painkiller for my daughter. He saw me, my ex was in his car, he saw me, he took a picture of me without me knowing, without my knowledge. And guess what he did? He went and he used it as his screensaver on his computer. Now he is married. He used it as his screensaver. The same thing that the stone which the builder rejected now has become a screensaver. Now has become the chief cornerstone. So the best revenge that you can give people is to be better than when they left you. Even the wife saw this my picture on his laptop. She was one who called me to tell me what was going on, and it was a big fight. I'm like, oh my goodness. So the person who said I was fat, the person who said no man is going to want me, the person who said you're a monkey, now is using me as his screensaver. What a life. So the best revenge you can give to somebody who doesn't want you, the best revenge you can give to somebody who is walking away or who walked out of your life, is becoming the better version of you than when they left you. If you want to lose some weight, if you want to change your hairstyle, do something that makes life exciting. Do something that when they see you, they lost after you. When they see, they're like, wow, I shouldn't have left. That is the best revenge. And it's not in fighting, it's not in calling, it's not in yelling, it's not in, being bitter. No, being bitter don't do the job. It just be sweet. It just be happy, blossoming. I remember one time my ex called me. Now he's married. He called me. He said, are you not going to get married? Are you not going to get married? I said to him, oh, if I knew Maryland has so many handsome men, I would have left you behind long time ago. I said, if I get married now, who is going to keep this man company? He hung up the phone. He didn't want to hear him. So because he got married, he thought that, I should get married right away. No, I got to keep this, this man happy. And I'm glad I took my time. I'm glad I'm in a good relationship right now. But I'm glad I took my time. I did not rush into marriage because I have done it before. I don't want to make that same mistake I made when I was 21. So the best revenge you can give them is to better yourself, is to love yourself, is to increase you, is to make things happen for you. When your intentions are pure, you don't lose anyone, they lose you. When you have good intention for that man, when you have good intention for that relationship, guess what? You don't lose anything, rather they lose you. The Bible says after you have done all, stand. Me, before I leave a relationship, I always ask myself, have I exhausted all my options? Have I exhausted everything I'm supposed to do in this relationship? If I've exhausted, then I'll be like, okay, that is fine. I have done all. And if the person want to walk away, or because sometimes I walk away too. If I decide to walk away, now I know I have done everything and it's not working, then I take a step back. Because I'm not going to stay in that relationship in the name of a husband or in the name of a boyfriend. I will stay in that relationship in order to be hurting myself the more. So it's better for me to step aside. If they don't want to step aside, I'll walk away. There's nothing wrong with that, because I believe that we are two individuals that have, you have your shit, I have my shit. the only way we can have a perfect union is, you shedding off some of your problems, I'm shedding off some of my problem, I'm shedding, and we have a perfect union. There is no perfect man out there. There's no perfect relationship out there. Relationship is intentional. Relationship is work. Marriage is work. Marriage is intentional. For it to work, you have to decide, yes, I'm going to make this work. And the Bible said that two cannot work except they agree. So I cannot be making something to work and you are not doing your part. If you're not doing your part, then either you step away, I'll step away. So I'm not gonna beg you, keep begging you and keep crying and keep arguing and keep forcing for you to do the right thing. You naturally want to do the right thing for a relationship to work. So ladies, let's stop fighting our men and fighting these men who want to walk away from us. If they don't want you, please don't force them to want you. If they don't want you, don't force them to want you. There was a message I made, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. I said it's one thing when a man divorces you, I said it's not a problem. When a man walks away from you, that is not a problem. But what is a problem for me is when you divorce you from you. What is a problem for me is when you leave you because they left you. That is what is the problem for me. So when they leave you, don't leave yourself. When they divorce you, do not divorce yourself. Increase you, love you, enjoy. That's why I always talk about women empowerment. That's why I always talk about, wanting more out of life. Don't force them to do what they don't want to do. You should force you to do what you want to do for you, because at the end of the day, it's you that matters and not somebody else. Let me say this the last time. Never be afraid of losing someone who does not feel lucky to have you. Never be afraid to lose someone who does not feel lucky to have you. If someone does not value you, they deserve. If someone does not respect you, if someone does not reciprocate that love, if someone does not cherish you, guess what? They deserve to lose you and lose you for good. Until we meet again, remember that the Lord is the strength of a woman. And nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself. I always say it on this channel that nobody, no matter what people say, no matter what, when men come into your life, they say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you more than life. That is a lie. Nobody can love you more than life. Nobody can love you more than you love yourself. Anybody who says they love you, there is something, there is a string attached to it. There is something they are getting from you. That love, when they are having sex, I love you, that is different. Nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself, because at the end of the day, you are the one who is stuck with this body. You are the one who knows what is going on in this body. You are the one who knows what is going on in this heart. That's why I always say that nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself. Yeah, it feels good for somebody to say, I love you. But the best love, the best unadulterated love that you can ever have is the love of God and the love for oneself. The love for you, that is unadulterated love. Nobody can give you that love. So the earlier you start loving yourself, the better for you. Don't forget to go on my website, jspambianceluxury.com. We have our candles and we have our soap there and we have our hair lotions. And like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share my channel to your friends and to your enemies. Maybe one day they'll become good enemies to you. Until we meet again,